Hello Facebook Live, welcome to Awesome Arms. So today, one, we are using bands, and two, we are focusing on rotator cuffs. So shoulders a little bit more, at least initially, and then we'll see how much time we have left. So have your band hooked somewhere. Elbow height would be ideal. Oh, there we go. Okay, so down here, a little bit lower. Using the band in the situation I don't have it quite optimal, but it's still close enough that it's going to work. So your feet are going to be hip distance apart, elbows in at your side. The inside arm is going to be down by your side. It can be in the small of the back. So it is helping to regulate resistance. So if you need more resistance, you're going to step a little wider. If you need less resistance, you're going to step in. Outside hand is the working hand to start. So elbow is in at your side, straight down. If you want to, you can take your hand and put the fingers on that elbow. Just, again, giving you biofeedback. You know how much I love that. So try to make sure your torso and the band are parallel to each other, and then shoulder blade back. So this is all about moving the shoulder in the socket and keeping everything else still. So you're slowly going to rotate out and then bring it back. So you may find if your range of motion is all the way out here, I'm going to go sideways for a minute, all the way out here, and your wrist is moving, one, straighten that wrist up, but you can also step out a little bit more. So it doesn't have to be a big range of motion. Sometimes a small range of motion, if that's not what you're used to doing, is great. I'm going to get myself back to parallel to my band, and I'm just rotating. So I'm feeling the muscles on my shoulder blade do the work here. I'm focusing on keeping the core engaged, the body stays still, the shoulder blade stays still. I have enough tension on there, and again, I can regulate it if I need to with that inside hand. Wrist stays straight. Okay, and again, you can change your range of motion, you can change your speed, you can change your resistance if it's too easy or too hard, any of those three. All right, so that's number one. Number two, rotate myself out a little bit more. So now your hand goes across your abdomen. So think about your thumb staying base of the rib, bottom of the rib to bottom of the rib. Again, shoulders are staying level. You're just pulling out just a little bit. This is a nice small motion. So notice what that forearm is doing. It's pretty much staying the same angle the whole time. So I am getting some shoulder blade motion here, starting to do a little bit of rotation. But again, I want to feel this in my shoulder socket. I want to feel the neck being still, and just notice. So the bottom of my ribs, where that very bottom point is, that's my range of motion. So keep your thumb in contact with your abs. Let me get myself back in line. So now you're feeling more of that medial shoulder, middle shoulder, top shoulder, neck stays relaxed and out of it. It's feeling good. Again, just small ranges of motion here. Focus on what you feel through that forearm. And again, angle stays constant the whole time. Thumb, hand staying on the abs, right? Right. All right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Couple more. And now we're going to go to the inside arm. So that outside arm is going to go behind. And again, it's regulating resistance. Inside arm, we're starting out the same position. We're actually going to do the same motion. It looks like the same motion, but now we're actually pulling internal versus external rotation. So again, if I'm straight onto you, then I'm keeping the elbow in place. How far can I go inward and keep the elbow from popping out? Inward. So just a small motion here. This one's smaller than your external rotation, the one on the outside arm. Again, your torso is parallel to the angle of pull. Oops, that one wasn't so great. See, you and I can mess up when I get focused on other things. So keep it small on purpose. This is working your subscapularis. You're moving the femur in the socket. You're rotating that upper arm bone, your humerus. All right, a couple more here. All right, and then hand across the abdomen. I'm going to change my angle a little bit. So same thing. Notice the forearm, notice the angle, notice the wrist. You're going from inside to outside, slow release back. So you're pulling across. You're adducting that shoulder. You're getting a little bit of lat work, a little bit of pec work actually. But again, small range of motion. So small range of motion, we're focusing on smaller muscles. Doesn't have to be a lot of resistance. Okay? So again, just feeling it. Notice what you feel in the neck. Keeping the neck relaxed. Couple more here. And then we get to do the other side. All right, so I am changing my angle relative to my anchor point. I'm fixing. So the inside hand goes behind. I am parallel to my band, elbows in at my side. I'm rotating out and then releasing with control. So I keep tension on the band the whole time. My wrist stays straight, core is engaged, ideally looking ahead versus down at your phone. So put me in front of you. And again, what's this range of motion on this side? So for me, I might back off just a little bit. If you start to feel a little grippy in the joint, back off. Okay? Again, these are not about a lot of resistance. These are about quality movements. So you can really get into these small stabilizing muscles, the small movers of that rotator cuff. We got a couple more here. And then your hand goes across the abdomen, starts on the inside rib, pulls to the outside rib. Inside, outside. Neck is staying relaxed. Isolating through medial deltoid. You're going to feel your shoulder blade move some. It's just going to happen on this range of motion. On this movement, that is fine. Let it move. You're lifting that elbow out and up. Remember, your hand stays in contact with the abs. You're pulling across. You're pulling across. Again, core is engaged. Long spine. Be tall. Be proud. All right, got a couple more here. I'm not counting. You know I'm bad for that. All right, outside hand now becomes your stabilization. I'm going to do it the other way. Inside hand is your working arm. All right, so elbow in at the side. Again, think smaller range of motion. So keeping that elbow in, just pull a little bit across. So maybe the fingertips go toward midline. So they go in and they release. In, control your release. It's easy to let that release just go. I want you going in control both directions. Again, keeping your elbow in at your side. If you need to, put your other fingertips on it. Again, that's going to adjust your tension. You might have to adjust your body. I'm sorry, I'm not adjusting the video frame. All right, we got a couple more here. Again, notice how it feels different right to left. We are different people. We use it both sides differently. So it's kind of expected. All right, two more. All right, then hand stays across the abdomen, elbow points out to the side, forearm a little bit, it's almost parallel to the band, but it's not quite. You're going from the outside rib to the inside rib. Outside, inside. Outside, inside. Again, think light, think quality of movement, think control. Those are all things that we're going to focus on when we do rotator cuff. Again, these are small muscles. They don't need a lot of load. They need quality. How's your wrist doing? Look down. Is your hand still touching the abs? Is that elbow pointing the same direction the whole time? Again, that's part of what rotator cuff is about, holding that stability. Couple more here, and then release. All right, so now we're going to go into a high row, low row combo. We have done this one before. I'm going to go back to my first angle. I'm out of the picture, so let me keep rotating. All right, so core is engaged. You're going to low row, hold it. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze together. Slowly lift the arms, keeping the shoulders relaxed, and then release. Pull back, pull in, and release. Again, we talked about arms is more than just biceps and triceps. It's also shoulders, everything that crosses the shoulder joint. So rotator cuff definitely in there. All right, so this is our only session for this week because Friday is Christmas Eve. So hopefully you'll go back and enjoy one of the others. Pick whichever piece of equipment you like the most, you like the least, you have the least experience with, and do one of those. Maybe I should make it a challenge on Facebook. All right, a couple more here. that was biceps. Now we're going to turn around. Oh, no, we'll stay that way actually. And we'll do some triceps. So step forward a little bit, elbows are back, push the arms straight, and then slow, slow, slow on the release. So yes, it was back, but it was also biceps. I got a little bit of pecs in with what we were doing for the rotator cuff. So now we're just isolating through those triceps for the awesome arms, trying to get a little bit of everything in, but also trying to stay in for 10 minutes only. Make this efficient use of your time. Press and then slow. Press. So think about shoulder girdle stability. They should be warmed up. You should know exactly where they are. And we are done. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Thanks for being here today. And I will see you guys back next Monday. Bye.